Hi, this is Jim, N4BFR. It's August 22nd. Here's your COVID-19 update with Georgia Metrics today. Not going to do a lot of charts today, not going to do a lot of graphs. Here's really the two things you need to know about how COVID-19 is going in Georgia. I'll give you three things. Thing number one, 250,000 people in Georgia have had COVID-19 in less than 6 months. This is not the flu, Karen. This is a deadly, deadly virus. It kills people. It cripples people. This is not something to screw around with or try and give to your kids so they can get herd immunity. It's terrible. It's awful. These 250,000 people should not have had to go through with this if we had some leadership that did something about it. Point number two. 5,000 people have died from COVID-19 in less than 180 days. That's on a pace to beat the number of people that die in a car crash every year in Georgia. In the last 22 days, more people have died from COVID-19 than soldiers from Georgia died in Vietnam. This is a mess. We don't have any COVID-19 memorials to rally around and do anything about because we're just letting the bodies stack up at this point in Georgia. And that brings me to point number three. Prove to me that something the governor has put in place since the beginning of April has done anything to stop COVID-19 or to slow COVID-19. I'm open. I'll debate anyone, anywhere. Bring it on. Because right now, you can't do it. In fact, let's look at two other neighboring states, Alabama and South Carolina. South Carolina dropped their COVID-19 cases by 41% in the last few weeks. You know why? They started requiring masks. In Georgia, that same number is 16% because Governor Shotgun can't be bothered to change and admit that he was wrong and do something different. Brian Kemp, I am talking to you. You have to admit that what you've been doing is wrong and change things because people are dying and people are getting critically injured. And I'm sorry if a few businesses have to go down to protect people, but maybe you ought to start thinking about that. Because right now, you're sitting on your high horse and you're not doing anything to help. In fact, if you think it's not that bad, open up the damn governor's mansion for tours. Let people with COVID-19 walk around the governor's house and tell them then that things are not so bad. No, you're hiding behind everything else you can so you don't get it. Meanwhile, you're just letting people suffer. And that is incomprehensible to me. And I try not to rant, and I try not to rave, and I try not to give the facts, but it's such a terrible day for COVID-19 in Georgia that that's all that I can do. For those of you who do come here to just get the numbers, here are the numbers. One thing I want to point out from today's numbers is the RT trend. The RT trend tells us if COVID-19 the spread is accelerating or declining. Guess what? We're back in the accelerating camp now. So that's bad. Our CCU usage is staying in the 86% range. That's bad. We had back-to-back days of 94 deaths. That's bad. But cases are slowing down a little bit. Take that for what it's worth. I'm going to leave you with this. 5,092 deaths. There's a cross on that slide for every person that's died. Deadliest days in August. April was the deadliest month. Now we've passed it. We have more than 1,300 deaths already this month, and it's only the 22nd. We get a whole nother week to go for people to die and to watch the body count pile up on Governor Kemp. Even the White House has told Governor Kemp he needs to do more. But he's not. He's just a stubborn, cranky old man who's not doing the right thing for anybody but his cranky old self. And I'm very sorry to hear that. And I wish that in some way, some of these numbers could get through to him to help him understand that people are really suffering. But I can't imagine they will at this point. So there you go. 5,092 deaths in less than 180 days in Georgia. That's it. That's all. I got nothing else emotionally or... That's it. I'll be back tomorrow.